Hey, how's everybody doing out there? I'm back with you with another video. Today I want to do a quick recap of my last 2-year experience with the Note 10 Plus. Now, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be really honest. I'm not going to be biased. Now, I am a Samsung Knight. I do love Samsung products, but right now with what Samsung is doing and how they're going about their business, I'm really not happy with them. And I'm looking to move on to Xiaomi and other companies, how they do things and, give you just a bit more value for your money. But I'll save that video for another time. I want to talk about my 2-year experience with this device. Now, came out in 2019, full flagship phone, spec'd out really well. I love the design of this phone. Now I'm gonna shut it off so I can take it out of the case. Now this phone is definitely, like, if you're considering getting this phone, it's definitely still very modern looking. There's nothing archaic or old looking about this device at all. Has a very, very beautiful, beautiful design. I mean, it's just beautiful. It's elegant. I mean, the boxy shape is what a lot of people love about this device the most. That boxy shape, I know I do. It's my favorite device to view content on. Not far as picture quality, but just that boxy shape. Because when you're viewing content on this, it makes it feel like you're watching it on a small TV. So I love the uniqueness and the boxy shape of this device. It was constructed very well. Gorilla Glass 6 on the front and back. I mean, it's just beautiful. It gives you that type of elegance and business type look and feel to it. So I just absolutely love the design, and I've always been a big fan of the design of the Note series, period. Now, when it comes to build quality, of course, like I said, Gorilla Glass 6 on the front and back. Now, only thing about that, if you can see, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but there's some like deep scratches right here that I got a while ago. And, as soon as I took the pre-installed screen protector off, which I wasn't going to do, but it kind of got scratched up, so I had to take it off. And so the day that I took it off is when I got those scratches. So Gorilla Glass 6 is not all that when it comes to scratch resistance, but it's very durable because I other than that, now I don't use this phone without a case. Every now and then when I'm at home, excuse me, I'll use it without a case. I'm in my bedroom and I got carpet on the floor, so if it falls, I'm not worrying about it breaking. But I'm not going outside and walking up and down the street on cement and concrete, and asphalt with my phone without a case on it. Now, people that do that, more power to you. You're brave. I see, reviews all the time talking about I dropped it again. Like, I don't understand why you won't protect your device when you're outside and you're in an environment where if you drop it, you could damage it. Like, I don't know. I guess they're trying to prove how sturdy the phone is, but I don't want any type of cracks, scratches. I don't want anything on my device if I could help it, because it's important to me. You put a lot of money into these things. You don't want them damaged. At least that's how I feel about it. But the build quality overall has held up well. Now, when it comes to Face Unlock, Samsung's Face Unlock is meh. I mean, it's just not that good, at least not on the Note 10 Plus. Maybe the S21 Ultra is better. Maybe the Note 20 Ultra is better. Eventually, I'll get my hands on that phone. But the Face Unlock on here is just, it's okay. It's not great. It doesn't compare to my OnePlus 8 Pro or my Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro 5G. Don't even compare. Not at all. So it's just okay. So I really don't use the Face Unlock on here. I use the fingerprint sensor, and that's pretty much it. Always on display, of course. I always love Samsung's always on display. They make the best in the business. Love it. It's nice, bright, big. You can see your notifications, and they're colored. You can see your date, time, the thing that's most important is that I can see the fingerprint sensor at all times. And I like that. So I don't have to be, fishing, searching for it. I always know where it's at. And I think all always on display should offer you to be able to have your fingerprint sensor where you can see it. Just put it in the settings. As a software update. Just put it where I could turn it on or turn it off. Me, I want it turned on because I always want to know where it's at. Now, the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor has been good for me. Really no problems. It works pretty fast. Only thing that I always really hated about it is that there's no real like great animation, no haptic feedback or anything like that. But just overall, the way it works fine. I don't have any issues with it. So you can see it works pretty well. So I don't have any problems with the fingerprint sensor at all. Now the lock screen wallpapers, of course, that's something I like a lot. Now I don't have it where I'm using the lock screen wallpapers at the moment. I'll let you see what I'm using now. This is kind of what I'm using, like a live wall screen wallpaper. Now, normally I use the lock screen dynamic wallpapers, but I decided to do something different, use a live wallpaper. So I love those as well. But the lock screen wallpapers are very beautiful. I have them set up for like food and different things. Very colorful, and of course the display being as beautiful it is makes everything great. Now, when it comes to the display, you got the Quad HD Dynamic AMOLED Infinity O display, which is absolutely stunning, beautiful. Now, there are other displays out there that are really... Now, I can't say they're catching up with Samsung because they're using Samsung panels, but I'll say this. Whatever they're doing to make their displays look a little better, whatever they're adding to whatever Samsung already gives them, because Samsung's never going to give any company their best panels. They're going to always save those for their devices, but I'll tell you this, the OnePlus 8 Pro screen display to me looks better than my Note 10 Plus. It just does, honestly. Okay? I'm being very, very honest. That display is so beautiful. It really is. So when I watch content on that and they got that motion graphic smoothing, it just takes it to a whole nother level. But this display is extremely beautiful. It gets nice and bright. It's sharp. So I love it. Only thing I wish it had was a high refresh rate, maybe at least 90 hertz. That's one of the things Samsung messed up on when they, did this device. They didn't add a high refresh rate on it. 90 hertz would have been really nice, but it doesn't, affect the performance of the device overall. Now, the stereo speakers on here are good. They're not as good as some of my other devices, like my OnePlus 8 Pro actually sounds a little bit better. My Xiaomi Mi 10 Pro way better. The LG V60 stereo speakers are better, and also the S21 Ultra stereo speakers are better. But these are still good. Dual stereo speakers, they get nice and loud. They sound really good. They just don't have a really great fullness when it comes to the sound of the stereo speakers, but they do sound really good. You're not going to have a problem with that. Now, the only reason why I'm talking so much about the speakers is only because I prefer to watch and look at videos and all kind of media content without headphones on. I prefer just to hear them right through the speakers. That's just me. I know some people would rather put headphones in and listen that way, feel like they'll get a better sound. And you probably will with headphones. You'll get probably even better sound. But I'm the type of person, I don't want headphones on when I want to look at a movie or a video or something like that. I'd rather just use the speakers, without headphones. Now, you got the IP68 water and dust resistance. I haven't had to test that because, I really don't have my phone around water like that. But it's great to know that it has it. If you're somebody that's looking at this phone, you're not going to have to worry about water or dust resistance. You're getting 12 gigs of RAM. Now, most of the time, I use maybe 5 to 6 gigs of RAM. So it's nice to know that you have that, especially when it comes to RAM management. This phone can hold a lot of applications, apps open in the background, and they'll stay open for days. I mean, you just go right back to it and continue where you were because you got plenty of RAM. So the RAM management on here has been great for me. 256 gigs of internal storage has been awesome because I love having all that storage because a lot of people, I've been complaining about these flagships coming out with 128 and charging people over $1,000, which I think is insane, especially when you're not offering any type of, SD card slot support. So the fact that when Samsung came out with this, put 256 gigs of storage as the base, that was a great idea. I don't know why or what they were thinking about as far as this country is concerned. I'm not talking about in Europe because I know it's different. But in the United States, they only offered us 128 gigs, which I think is appalling. The Note 20 Ultra, 128 gigs. Like, what's Ultra about that? Why would you do 256 and then do 128 with the next model? It makes no sense. Okay, It doesn't at all, honestly. So I love the fact that this comes with 256 gigs of internal storage because I like to store most of the things that I want directly on the phone. But I do have the expandable memory. So that's the next thing I want to talk about. Expandable memories in here. I can expand my memory up to 1 TB, and I have a 1 TB SD card in this device. And now you're talking a terabyte plus 256 gigs. I got more than enough room to store all the videos that I want. Now let me show you. Let me show you real quick. See all of these movies in here? Look at this. Just file after file after file after file after file. I store a ton of movies on my phone. See? So there's no streaming. I don't have to stream anything. If I want to watch something, I can watch it anytime I want, and it's already on my device. That's me. All right. Edge panels. Edge panels is another thing I've been enjoying about this phone that Samsung offers. I love it. You know, you got your call, you got all these different edges, and I use these on a regular basis, so definitely not a gimmick for me. I use them. You got the edge lighting. Every time I receive a notification, it lights up all around the borders of my phone, regardless if the screen is on or off. There's some other companies that do it, but they only do it when the screen is off. I like the fact that Samsung does it whether the screen is off or on. Of course, you got Samsung DeX, which I don't use a lot, but I've used it a few times trying to mirror, give myself that desktop experience by mirroring what's on my phone to the TV and give myself that desktop experience. DeX is cool. I love DeX. Samsung Pay is good. I use that a lot. Samsung Pass, I use that when I'm dealing with different websites. All I got to do is hit my fingerprint and it'll fill in all my information, passwords, all that stuff. So I love that as well. Now, the battery life is still really good. It's not as great as it was. Of course, this phone is over 2 years old now, but it's still great. I can still get, like on a really heavy day, I can still get 12 to 13 hours of battery life. Now, that's a full day for most people. Now, a full day for me is more like 16, 17 hours because I get up, say, at 4 o'clock in the morning. I don't go to bed till 11 o'clock at night. So it's more like a 16, 17 hour day for me. And if I'm not using the phone heavy, I could easily make it, through that whole duration. So battery life on this phone is still great. I'm using it at, I got my brightness really high, which you could probably tell. See, it's in the red. So it's like almost like at 100%. I just like my screen really bright. That's just me. I know most people probably have it maybe 50 to 60%, but I like a really bright display, when I'm using my device. That's just me. So the battery life on here after 2 years has still been great. For me, I easily get through a full day, no problem at all. Now, can I kill this in a day? Oh, absolutely. I could definitely kill it in a day, no question about it. But it's still been great for me overall, 4,300 milliamp battery. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is the charger. Now, Samsung gave us, this phone a 25 watt super fast charger in the box, but this phone is capable of 45 watt super fast charging. And I'm going to tell you right now, I use the 45 watt charger all the time because it charges this phone in less than an hour. Super, super fast. I love it. I'm not understanding why they took that away from the Note 20 Ultra. I mean, it's calling itself an Ultra, so why would you take that away? And also with the S21 Ultra, they took away the 45 watt super fast charger. I don't get it, but the 45 watt charger I bought is generic. I didn't get Samsung's. The one I got was like $30. It works and it works great. I love that 45 watt super fast charger. Now, the wireless charger is good. I use it every single day. Every time I go to bed at night, I take my phone, I put it right on top of my Samsung fast charging dock, and I go to bed. If I wake up in the middle of the night, I can just gaze over and see the time because I always have my always on display on, so I can see what time it is. So I love wireless charger. I just wish it was faster. It's only 15 watts. So it takes, if you're going to say if you got 5% left, you can go from 0 to 100% in like 2.5 hours, which is really, really slow compared to the competition now, where you got 30 watt wireless charging. You got 65 watt wireless charging, 67 watt wireless. I mean, wireless charging has really evolved. So Samsung needs to catch up with the competition. Now, with the reverse wireless charging, I know that's something that a lot of people hear about, but many people probably don't use. Well, I'm going to tell you what. See this right here, the Gear S3? I've had to use the reverse wireless charger on this. I think it was one time I forgot to charge my watch overnight, and then I had to unexpectedly go out to handle a situation, and my watch was about to die. I like had like 2%. So while I had a chance, because this has reverse wireless charging, I turned it on, took my watch off, put it on the back of the phone, and I got 35% charge in like an hour. And that saved me, because had I not been able to do that, my watch would have been dead. And I would have had no way to charge it. So that's what I mean. It's good to have something and not need it than need it and not have it. So I'd rather have reverse wireless charging, just in case, because you just never know. And that came in really clutch for me when I needed to charge my watch. So I love that. Now, performance. I'm going to be honest, brutally honest. Performance on this phone has been great pretty much the whole time I've had this device. I really haven't had any issues. Now, it's not quite as fast as it once was, but it's still fast. Like, I'm not having no issue with speed or anything like that. So it still loads up everything pretty quick, as you can see. See, I'm not having no issues as far as, loading up anything. It's still fast. But the thing that I have noticed lately is when sometimes I'm doing certain things, like I was pulling down the shade like this, and sometimes I don't know if it was stutter or lagging, I don't know, but it hasn't been doing it lately this week, but last week when I pulled the shade down, it was like kind of like getting delayed. And then when I was in text messaging people and using the keyboard, sometimes it would kind of, I don't know if it was stuttering or lag. I really don't want to believe it's lag. I hope it's not lag, but I don't know if that's because I needed to factory reset this phone, which I really don't want to do. I don't like factory resetting because it's just very, very time consuming and I hate it. So I'm hoping when Samsung actually sends out another update, it'll optimize it and then I won't have these issues. But I'll say overall, and it just started doing this a couple weeks ago. Other than that, the performance on this phone for the last 2 years have been great. Seriously, no issues at all. Nice, fast, smooth, no issues. Seriously. Just the last couple weeks, I just noticed with the, when I scroll down like that. Now, it hasn't been doing it this week, but it did it last week. And then when I'm typing on the keyboard, I just noticed some stutter. But other than that, performance has been great. Snapdragon 855 still holding up pretty well. And I love the fact that this phone is going to get Android 12 and it's going to get One UI 4.0, which is going to breathe some new life into this device like it did for the Note 9. When they put the One UI 2.5, it breathed new life into that device. So I'm looking forward to Android 12 and One UI 4.0. Secure folder is something that I use on this device. I have sensitive things inside there that I use, so I love secure folder. One UI overall, I love One UI because it has so many features, and not only just features. Let me show you what I really like about it. Say you want to check out your battery percentage. So you want to check out your battery life, you press that, it comes up. So you want to try to get this stuff. So look how far I could pull this down. Like, look, the whole thing just comes down where I can easily reach everything. That's what I love about One UI. It's one-handed friendly. That's why it's called One UI. You could slide everything down where you could get to it. And that's what I'm talking about. I love that. Okay. So One UI I absolutely love, mostly because of all the features, and it's really easy to use one-handed. And I love that. All right. Now, one-handed mode is another mode I really love. Don't use it a lot, but it's there if I need it. You can make the whole thing smaller if you need to easily reach something, so you could do that. So I like one-handed mode. Is easily to activate. All you do is slide down and that's it. Okay, you can move it left to right as well. So I love one-handed mode. And of course the cameras. Now I'll tell you, these cameras on this phone are amazing. I'm serious. Crisp, clear, wonderful pictures. I'll show you a few samples. But I'm telling you, the pictures quality on this phone is great. Even the front-facing camera is great as well. No problems with that either. So when it comes to video and photo quality, the photos and the videos on here has been great for me. I can only speak for me. I can't speak for other people. I know every year they come out with a different phone with upgraded camera specs. But I'm telling you, for the average user, unless you're a camera photographer, if that's a real word, or videographer, or whoever you are, if you're not heavily into the camera like that, these cameras are going to be great for you. Seriously, no issues at all. The mighty S Pen, which I know a lot of people probably don't use on a regular. I don't use it on a regular, but I'm glad it's in there if I need to use it. And it gives me access to a lot of different things, gives me a lot of options, you know, especially if I want to do something precise. I love having this S Pen. I love it. Now, I don't use it every day, but when I need to use it, I'm glad it's there. And I like the way it just slides right back into its slot. I don't have to worry about getting the case, putting it on the outside. No, I put it back in there and it starts charging up and it's good to go. Love the S Pen. And the last thing, future software updates. Like I said, the last major Android update for this phone will be Android 12. Whether it will get another One UI update after 4.0, I don't know. But it will get Android 12 plus One UI 4.0. So should you go out and purchase this device, if you're thinking about it, I would say absolutely, because you can find this phone anywhere between $300 to $500, depending on how you want it. Refurbished, open box, brand new. You know, it just depends. You know, used. So, but between $300 to $500, you can't beat that. Now, if I would tell you to get it, I would say get it brand new. That way, you don't have to worry about how much usage somebody got out of it. You're just getting it with a fresh everything, and it comes with a charger in the box, and you're getting a set of AKG USB Type-C headphones in the box. Unlike Samsung's newer devices where they don't give you anything except a USB cable. No case, no headphones, no nothing. So at least with this, you're going to get a set of headphones and you're going to get a charger. So should you get the Note 10 Plus? Yes. My experience after 2 years, been great. This is my main phone. This is the phone that never ever comes out of my pocket. Okay, never. I have another number and I rotate my other phones with that, but this phone never comes out of my pocket. This is my favorite phone, without question. All right, so thank you for taking the time to view this content. I do appreciate it. Just want to give a great shout out to all my subscribers. I do appreciate your support. And I thank you for leaving your comments and for hitting that thumbs up button. I do appreciate it. And I'll check you guys out in the next one. Peace.